Hey guys, it's steeljan here. Today I've got my new brew pot and I'm going to make an HB51 collaboration amber ale using the Australian brew in a bag method, and we're about ready to get the water up here and get it heating up to mash temperature. Now that my water's at the right temperature, I take my bag, big nylon bag that I got at Austin Homebrew, and I put it in the kettle. Put my bag in. And I'm going to use these simple 4 binder clips to hold it in place. And now I'm going to dough in. Okay, so here's what it looks like. And I'm just stirring it in. And what I'm going to do after I cover this and put the blanket over is I'm going to let it sit for 90 minutes. 90. And every 15 minutes I'm going to come back and stir it. Okay, here I'm going to test the pH of my mash. I've got these test strips. Dunk it in the mash. And I'd say that's pretty much between 5.0 and 5.4. So our pH of our mash is good. My 90 minutes are up on the on the brew pot. Boil in a bag method. And now I've collected a little bit of wort here. I'm going to put some iodophor up here, and that's my control, so I know what it looks like without anything in it. And now I'm going to add a drop to the wort. If it stays the same color, my starch conversion is complete. If it goes darker than the iodine, than the iodophor, then the starch conversion is not complete. And I would say that is starch conversion complete. Okay, we're done with our mashing then. And this is a no sparge method. So we're going to take the clips off the sides of the pot. And now we're just going to let this drain. And then I'm going to switch it over to a fermenter bucket with the colander to let it finish draining, and we'll put that collected wort back into the pot. We now have our wort up to the boil, so I'm going to add the first hop addition. And this is a Columbus 14.2% alpha. I'm going to add it in this 5-gallon paint strainer. Thought I'd take a minute to show you the brewmometer on this kettle. This is the first time I'm using the kettle, so I'm not trusting the temperatures totally, but the wort is boiling and the needle says it's unboiled. Okay, it's the last 15 minutes of the boil, and I'm going to do several things here. One is I'm going to add my ½ ounce of Columbus flavoring hops to my hop Second bag. Thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my Whirl Flock tablet. And this will aid in clarifying the beer. Pull up my hops bag a little bit to get it out of the way. And I'm going to put in my wort chiller. Put the wort chiller in 15 minutes before the end of the boil to sterilize it. Okie dokie then, it's 5 minutes before the end of the boil. And I'm going to add my aroma hop addition, which is 1/4 ounce of Columbus. Put that in my hop bag. Okay, so our boil time is up. And I'm going to reach over here and turn off the heat. You didn't see me, but I turned off the heat over there. And I'm going to pull out the hops bag and let the hoppies drain. Meanwhile, I'm going to turn on the wort chiller, and so you won't be able to see me turning it on over here at the sink, but I'm just going to turn on the cold water. And it is going into the wort chiller, and it is coming out very, very hot and steamy. As the wort chiller is running, you can see the temperature actually dropping from the brewmometer. It's going down that fast. I've actually been doing several other things while boiling the wort and so forth, and now I'm chilling it. I'm rehydrating my yeast. This is water that I boiled in this cup, and then I let it cool down to below 90 degrees. And it actually took a long time. I'm not going to do this in a Pyrex cup next time. It took a long time to cool. I actually had to put it in the freezer for a couple of minutes to get the temperature down. So it says just put the yeast in here and let it sit. And then 5 minutes later I'll come back and sort of stir it up a little bit. And rehydrate our yeast so they don't hit sugar water as their first hydration, because sometimes the yeast won't make it if you put them straight into a wort. Also, meanwhile, I've been sanitizing things. This is my fermenter. If I can get the lid off of it now, and I've been shaking it around with star sand in it. It's got star sand in it. Oh, you probably can't see that. It's got star sand in it. And I've just been shaking it up every couple of minutes and letting it sit. And I've got several of my tools in there and my airlock and stuff sitting in that. So everything from here on out has to be sanitized with a sanitizer. Okay, now our wort is chilled to a nice comfortable 80 degrees. And I'm going to do another step. First we'll take the take out the chiller and put it in the sink. Then I'm going to take my now washed and sanitized with star sand paddle, and I'm going to swirl this in a circular motion and get it really swirling. And then I'm going to let it sit for 15 minutes. And this will help drop the hard bits into a little center pile. Here is a shot of the wort going into the clean and sanitized fermenter through a cleaned and sanitized strainer. My specific gravity should have been 4 or 5. And I think it's right on the 4-4 line. I'll take that. That's pretty darn good. This is an aeration stone, and it's been sitting, the tubing and the stone has been sitting in the sanitizer. Here's the oxygen. So we just turn on the oxygen till it starts to bubble. There, I have bubbleization. Can you see that? And now I'm watching the clock. I'm going to let this stick pure oxygen into my wort for 1 minute. And that's it. Well, guys, you didn't get to see me put the top on in the airlock because I thought the camera was off when it was on and on when it was off. It made for some interesting shots. But anyway, there we have it. This is the HB51 Collaboration Amber Ale. So thank you all a lot, and let's see how this turns out later. Bye, guys. Steeljan here.